versus creative concern. In our time right now, it's probably the first time we've ever had a completely global experience where every single part of the world is connected, and it's in a very extraordinary time. For those of us who can feel fear regarding our finances or security, of course that's going to come up now. But I think we all probably must be rest assured in that, you know, it can't be business as usual, because it's not business as usual. And so many of us are struggling and are looking into different opportunities to go forward inside any dark time. The light can really show up. And the dark time can make it a little more challenging to see it. But still, that light can be brighter than ever because of the dark behind it. So in keeping that in our being, let's just kind of take a breath. We're going to talk about breath a lot through this presentation. So let's kind of get started a little bit. What's the difference between worry and creative concern? Well, if you say the word to yourself, worry, it almost feels like a hamster wheel. Like there's not a way out. It's just the perpetual motion of our fears and anxieties, completely understandable. If you find yourself in that spiral, in that rush, I was in a little bit of brain freeze on Tuesday, then just take a quick pause, take a breath, and then just do the next step. A lot of my friends, colleagues, fellow musicians, students, clients are speaking to me about this level of anxiety and not knowing the bigger picture. But that's totally okay. Maybe sometimes to reset into one day at a time is okay. And seeing we do have this opportunity where we're getting more time to be still. We're getting more time to spend with our closest people. We're all becoming more technologically advanced. Like we're all in the techie learning curve, but I had to pick up some new skills too. So hopefully this will be something that you take as a gift, and any skill you bring into your new experience right now, keep it, take it as a gift, let it count, and be sure to give yourself credit that you created that, especially if you were walking through anxiety or overwhelm or brain freeze. You know, just be like, I did that, even with that going on. I do feel we will get into an easier shift with this. This is the beginning of seriously uncharted territory. So worry is going to be fear-based, and it's going to look like no way out. And I understand. Now let's look at creative concern. The difference in worry is fear. For me, creative concern can ignite love, can ignite things I really like to do. And right now, it is our not only time, you know, in a more serious way, but our opportunity to take all of those skills, all of those talents that bring us joy and bring us love. We're going to implement them in peace. We're going to implement them in a number of ways. The first way is just to help yourself, you know, better sleep. You're not rushing into rush hour, yay. Thank God for the early spring. So get out into nature as you can. That's what I've been doing a lot, actually, is getting into nature. So these are things that we can do. Then out of that, and maybe even on that walk you're doing, or the yoga you're doing, or whatever practice you do that helps you feel good, you know, uplifts you. Even something silly like, I love goats, you know. Anytime I see a goat, I feel better. So even something silly like that, you know, feel free, dive into it. Because usually inside that time and space is where I get creative concerns. And that means that I start to get the ideas that might meet the worry. So if I have a huge fear, like, well, what's next? And then I take my breath. And I think, okay, what skill do I have what resource do I have? What friend do I have? Or even, how can I share? What family member do I have that has resource I can share with them, or resource they can share with me? This is an awesome time for us to barter our creativity. Not only to share it, not only to keep going. I'll talk more about what I'm going to offer for performers at the end here. But not only to do that, but basically inside that sharing, new ideas will come out. I had tremendous experiences yesterday on Zoom, on virtual, with friends sharing ideas. Friends who are also teachers sharing ideas, musicians sharing ideas. It was like this really fun think tank. And while the concern and the worry is there, I started to shift into this creative place with my friends, and I saw my friends start to shift there too. So let's unpack it a little bit. When we feel worry, we're going to know it's fear-based. Just stop, catch a breath. If it doesn't help, maybe get a little glass of water. But now let's look into creative concern. Okay, what skills do I have? This might be a really cool exercise to do, write down on a piece of paper all the skills you have, not just what you're paid for professionally. Every single skill you have. Right now, the kids are needing really fun things to see at home. So if you are someone who is a performer, creating a curriculum to offer, I'm going to talk about that before I end this broadcast. If one of my friends is doing reading books online for his developmentally delayed students, and they are loving it. He's creating this really cool club of people, and it's just a beautiful thing watching him still cater to his students, still be there as the light that he is. It's been wonderful. So, and don't think that whatever you have to offer isn't enough. I think in this time, most of us feel like we might not have enough. But the truth is, everybody offering a little has so much. And when it all gathers together, truly, it's going to create a new fabric of creativity between us, a new fabric of opportunity between us, a new fabric for forgiveness, for friendship, for opportunities, for even thinking outside the box, because at this juncture, we all have to. But it doesn't have to be in a panic. I was on Tuesday with my little brain freeze. Now what I did, I spoke to a friend, I spoke to my sister, I spoke to my brother, I spoke to my husband, and they were just like, what's the next step? And you breathe through it, and the next step came. It didn't have to be the next hour, didn't have to be the next week, it was just the next step. After that next step of going from fear, and I gotta say, to feeling good, because people were helping me and showing me love and that camaraderie of friendship, it's fabulous. I started to get the next step, but also think, what else can come out of here? Now, there were times throughout the day that my brain froze again, and I just took my breath and remembered the next step. So when you're in between worry and creative concern, catch your breath, go easy. Just catch your breath and say, what is the one next step? And you'll make it. Even if it comes up, you've been sitting here too long, grab a bite to eat, take a little break, follow those instructions, because that is your deeper inner self taking great care of you. This is a really awesome opportunity in our time of stillness, which isn't easy. We're so used to being active, but to learn to hear that mastermind part of ourselves. The part that says, if you're about to cross the street and it says, watch out, and you're like, where did I feel that? That's your mastermind. That's the part of you that breathes at night while you're sleeping. That suddenly gives you inspiration, that is that psychic connection where you think of a friend and suddenly they ring you up and say, wow, I was just thinking of you. We will get a chance to tap into that glorious part of ourselves, which when we're so busy, we can't hear it as well. So this is a great opportunity for that. It's not so much found in the fear, but if I stop the fear with a conscious breath, then I can immediately shift into a more creative concern. So for example, if you take an issue, my livelihood is shifted. When the business as usual failing of the bills comes up, go easy today, because we're not sure what the outcome of this is going to be, because none of us have been in this all at the same time. It is not a benefit to any part of the world for all the citizens to fall at once. It's no benefit to anyone. So while I know that business as usual is ingrained in us, it's not business as usual. So I'm trying to just go day by day with that, because I'm in that place too. So, creative concern. All right, say you have a talent that was really easy for you, but maybe you take it for granted because it's really easy for you. Think of something like that now. I think for me, it goes back to the goats. I actually have kind of a fun affinity with wild animals. My husband and I, Clyde, we raised feral cats for many, many years. They were born outside, lived a year outside, and day by day, we did what we could to get to meet them. By the end, most of them made it into the couch. And to be honest, I didn't really know how to reach them, but I knew that patience and trust, just very steady, day by day, was what reached them. Now, while I tell that story, to me that felt kind of silly. I'm good with wild animals. But I've helped people with their feral pets, train some of their dogs, without knowing that I was helpful that way. So think of something like that. Like maybe you're an excellent seamstress and you really love to sew. Well, maybe you could make some clothes for folks and barter something. I think we might come into an age with a little bit of bartering. I know I'm talking with my musician friends about it. I'm going to talk more about that. I'm coming to you here live from one of my favorite places on the planet. This is the Torchlight Music School, but it's also the Torchlight Tiny Theater. The Tiny Theater is a 30-seat performance venue. What I really like about the Tiny Theater and what I'm offering to performers and musicians this Sunday is it's a hardwired facility with professional lighting. I'll do a little tour, which hopefully will work. I have no idea if it will, but I'll try. Where people could come and they could record a program, and then it would be professional. It's already hardwired. You wouldn't have to bring gear. And then you could record a program. Half-an-hour increments seem to be really good for people. And then you could post it on your own page, on your Facebook page. There is a commerce section. I'm not sure exactly how else to work with, but we're working on that today. But that could be something that you put up for folks who wish to support you, your fan base, your family, your friends. Folks are going to want to support you. So do an IM on my Facebook page if you'd like a half-an-hour slot to come and record something here. My church job is closed for Sunday, so Sunday I'm going to be here at the Torchlight Tiny Theater, helping my fellow performers. If you're a poet, great. If you want to read stories, great. Just IM me, and we'll send it out there. Because kids are going to be needing things. I'm really excited to help you guys keep going. It's, I feel you, I do. And where I have a space, I'd like to try to help out, because so many in my time have helped me. And I want to do a special shout out to Laurie Diamond, because she really helped me in a troubling time make the Torchlight Tiny Theater very real. So thank you so much. Her assistance at that time was amazing. And it's what we all have inside ourselves, we have a little bit of light to share. It's plenty. So let's get back more a little bit to creative concern. So let's do an exercise. Say I'm shifting into worry. I'll use my own concerns. I have a live voice practice. Obviously live is pretty dicey right now. So we've gone to Zoom, and Zoom is really cool. It's a kind of cool new experience. So initially, the worry would be, oh, is it good enough? Because that comes up for all of us. But the creative concern is that it's a really cool way to keep things going. It's a cool way to connect with my kids, to connect with my Torch family. I do feel that way about my Torchlight family. They've been wonderful to me, and it's just great. So I'm happy to keep it going. I want to stay in touch with them. I want them to feel that there's joy, and how to keep joy in a dark time, in a troubling time. And, I want the best fidelity. I want the best quality. But all of us right now who are using Zoom or WhatsApp might be experiencing a little bit of getting used to the curve. I think for the good of all of us staying connected, it's fantastic, and it's plenty. And so that brought me to creative concern. Well, that's good enough. Well, I can offer shows for kids. I can try to put something up that might be entertaining. Hey, people love to learn about cooking. I barely cook. Thank you, Clyde, my husband, who's an awesome cook. But I don't really know how to cook, but I'd be happy to tune into a cooking show. You know what other show would be awesome? How to get really great on technology. A lot of us, in my generation, we could use a little help getting super up to speed. You guys, 20s and 30s, you're masters. So if you did a recording, like showing us how to do things, or showing anyone who needs help how to do things, and you're a whiz at that, and you know how to explain it well, that's awesome. Make a video. That'd be great. If your yard cleanup, right? It's an early spring. People want their yard to look great, but maybe they don't have the funding right now. But maybe you love to work in the yard. Like, it's your joy, it's your passion. Well, now, instead of worrying, you've just taken your passion. Not only can you support your own joy, support yourself, make money if you can with that, or do a barter, but you're out there doing something you love. That alone is going to keep you bolstered. And if you thought, like my brother Steve-O, thanks for your help this week too. He's amazing at pruning roses. I mean, that dude can make a rose hedge look incredible. It is one of his finest joys to prune the roses. I know nothing about pruning roses, so if I want to start roses on a wall, he's my guy. So, and that might not be something, because he's an amazing business person. He knows how to structure so many businesses. Right now, he's helping doctors structure themselves. I mean, it's incredible. But he probably doesn't think of his roses thing as a great offering for right now. But I'm telling you, it is. Because if people could look out their window and see fantastic, beautiful flowers, well, what a lift that would be. So this is what creative concern can do. Most of us have talents that we just toss off. You might be really funny. Set up a, Google Chat or Zoom room or something with your friends. Tell jokes. Do gaming online. You guys are so used to gaming online. Do more of that. And if there's a way, if you need, get a bigger game. Maybe you can charge on the platform just a little bit. But if a lot of people give a little bit, a lot of people will have a lot. So these are ideas that really help me kind of stunt my worry. And it's legit. So if you feel it, go easy. Take a breath. put on some of your favorite music. Like, I love to just play a little bit. This is really easy. This isn't like practicing. It's just playing music to soothe myself. And my friend Billy, he plays the dulcimer really, really well. And again, he's an amazing business creator. Amazing. A lot of us lost St. Patrick's Day. And wouldn't it be cool if he did a dulcimer show? I'm going to reach out to him right after this. But he might not think that that might be something that lifts people up. But I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. For a lot of people, not just the Irish folks, but for a lot of people, to lose Paddy's Day. It was a celebration of spring, a celebration of Boston. So that would be very, very, very cool. And it would help us, it would help him. So these are just ideas that I'm running by. I'm just here basically because a friend said, you know, when you talked with me about worry versus creative concern, it really helped me out. So I said I would do this. It's the first one I've ever done, but I really, really, really hope it's helpful. I will be going online next week with curriculums for kids. I'll keep you guys posted. I am going to be reaching out to my fellow musicians, and I'll tell you about the offer now. I'm going to take my camera and just show you the tiny theater. But basically, as I said, Sunday I have that offer. Just shoot me an IM message, and I'll fit it in as I can. As a gift to you folks, it's something that I can offer. It's my own time. It'll be church. But before we close, I'm going to close shortly. I have a noon. But before we close, I would just love to remind us that there's more love than anything that could take us down. And I know that seems like a fruity thing to say in this day and age, but let's consider the power of it. I'm going to end with a little bit of a song from one of my all-time favorite visionaries, and that is Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson was a right-hand support to Berry Gordy, who created Motown. Now, Motown was created on a shoestring, on a belief and a prayer. If you look at the opening studio of Motown, it has broken piano keys, tiles with water stains, pop screens on the mic that are broken. But what they knew, and what Smokey knew, and what Berry knew, is that that music was going to be a bridge to all of humanity. And nobody knew it at that time, I feel, better than Smokey Robinson, who at 21 years of age called his band The Miracles. And he kept telling Berry, keep going. Smokey, you're awesome. You've been an amazing light to so many people in this world. And I'm going to end with his tune today in honor to him. And just as a message for all of us. Good luck, everybody. If I can help out, definitely talk to me on Facebook. Send me an IM. And we'll see what we can do with Tiny Theater to help you out. And just be well. May your creative concerns release incredible gifts that you never knew you had, that after all this is said and done, and it will be, you can keep forever. Take care, folks. Thanks so much if you were here. I really appreciate it. This is More Love. Let it be soon. Don't hesitate. Make love, don't wait. Open your heart and let your love come in. I want this moment to nothing age and time could ever destroy. Go easy, folks. Take care.